Hey everybody, this is your cousin Leon, Hawkeye, and I'm coming to you today with a video about you. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the questions that you usually give me or come to me with. And one of the biggest questions is, Leon, how much does it take to get started? How much money do I need to get going? And if you remember from some of my previous videos, you actually don't need any money. You can open up a practice account with $1, if that, and just practice until you get good at it. Now, that's going to be the biggest deterrent. That's the word I'm looking for most of you. If you're not going to be willing to practice, if you're not willing or able or have the time to read books, watch other YouTube videos, learn about this is not going to be the profession for you. I'm going to tell you that straight up. This is about you learning and eventually getting good at another profession that will be lucrative to you for the rest of your life. But if you're not willing, it's almost like me as a former basketball player. If I went out to the parks to try to play basketball once a month, and these other guys are out in the park playing every day, I would never get as good as them. I had to go out more than them, at least, or as much as them, to get good at my skill. Well, that's the same way with this. So you have to practice. You have to be willing to do that and put in the time. And if you're not willing to do that, you may as well just turn off my video now, because this is all about gradually learning a profession that gets you from point A to point B in life. So without further ado, let's start answering your questions about how much money you would need if you're one of those that are going to take the time to look at this and learn. I've opened up this particular chart so that you guys can actually see this is a weekly chart again. So remember, weekly means that each one of these bars is 1 week of activity. So I'm taping this at an opportune time because I always take the time, and you guys should too. Remember, like I just said a couple of minutes ago, if you're only going to look at these charts once every month, once every 2 months, you're never going to learn. You have to be dedicated enough to take a peek, if not once a day, at least once a week, just to see what's going on. So this is a weekly chart of CDEV, and it just happens to be another gas and oil company stock. And this is an opportune time to look at gas and oil because the price of gas is going skyrocketing. So I'm feeling that there's a good chance that the stocks of gas and oil are going to rise also. So remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy this particular stock. This is for educational purposes only. But I am looking at this stock for next week so that if it goes up, I'm going to buy it. I put in up here, as you can see, this yellow line. It's a resistance line. And I'll talk about support and resistance on another video. But I feel that this has a good chance of going up to $13 a share. Right now, it's at $9.42 a share. So if it goes up from 9 to 13, that's about $4. So that's $4 of profit that you could potentially make per share. So you're asking me, how much money do you need? In this particular case, to buy 1 share of this stock, all you would need to have in your account is $9.42. So let's just say round it up to $10. That's all you need to buy 1 share. And that 1 share could potentially make you another $4. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but you have to start somewhere. When we first started riding bikes, many of us had training wheels. You start slow and you gradually build up. My main point is that you don't have to have a lot of money. Now, if you do have a lot of money, you could buy 1,000 shares of this stock, and that would cost you $9,600. You would just take this amount, $9.42, multiply it by 1,000, and you would need almost 10 grand to buy 1,000 shares. So if you have money, you can do it. But I don't advocate people starting with a lot of money, even if you have it, because there's one thing that I learned. A lot of people will start with a lot of money, and if they haven't taken the time to learn this business, they'll lose that money in no time. It's gone. On the other end of this, people that start with $1,000 or $500 or even $100, but have taken the time to learn and do what it takes to learn this business, they can grow that small amount into a large amount in a relatively short period of time. So remember that you can start with very little money. And especially if you practice and you learn this business and grow that account gradually over the months and over the years. But if you're impatient and you happen to have a lot of money, and I've heard these stories 100,000 times, you have money, you start with a lot of money, you don't know what you're doing, and your account goes from that large amount of money down to zero in a short period of time. So you have your choice. So I wanted to show you again with this video that you don't need a lot of money. That's the main point of this video, but you do need to study and be dedicated to learning the business. One more short point that I want to tell you guys, you want to always learn how to protect your money that you do have. So in other words, you see this pullback that I'm pointing to right here. If I end up buying this stock sometime during the week and I see that it looks like it's going up, my first stop loss will be right in this area, around $7. That means that if it goes up and reverses on me right away, then my chances of losing a lot of money is really slim to none. Maybe I'll lose a couple dollars per share, depending on how many shares I decide to buy. So your main focus is to learn how to protect your money also. And then once your money is protected, you can grow your account with education and patience. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful. Remember to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, relatives, and cousins, and make sure you comment. And I will talk to you soon, and we'll follow up on this particular stock in the next week or so, just to take a look at how it's doing. So thank you all. Have a great weekend and a great week coming up.